Act 3. Shadows over Amorgone. At last, the brothers, triumphant over the red dragon, crested the final ridge, gazing down upon the village of Amorgone. But oh, what a sight it was. Not a peaceful haven, no. Smoke twisted and coiled above the shattered rooftops, and the very air trembled with the thunderous beat of massive wings. Below them, a slender black dragon, its glowing red eyes piercing through the chaos, swooped down upon the panicked villagers. Its claws, merciless, tore through timber and stone as if they were mere parchment. The battle for Amorgone erupted the moment Killjoy and Zorgone dared to step within its gates. The dragon's strikes came in a blur of obsidian scales, a nightmarish tempest of fury and darkness. Killjoy braced himself, his greatsword snapping up in a desperate dance to block each lightning-fast blow that threatened to consume him. Across the courtyard, Zorgon extended a hand, his voice cutting through the chaos as he summoned 2 shadowy wolves and the spectral basilisk from his previous conquest. The creatures materialized in a swirling storm of darkness, their snarls echoing like the growls of the abyss, lunging at the dragon's flanks with feral intensity. But the beast's speed was overwhelming, a relentless force of nature. With no body of water nearby to empower their blades, the brothers had no choice but to rely on raw magic and steel. Zorgon hurled chains of spectral energy, but every strike rattled harmlessly against the dragon's impenetrable hide. A deafening roar shattered the silence of the sky as the dragon inhaled, its maw pulsing with toxic power. Then, with a terrifying exhale, it unleashed a torrent of acid-green fluid that hissed and smoked upon the cobblestones, a malevolent cloud of destruction. Villagers cried out in terror, and there stood Zorgone, gripping his water-forged sword, lifting it high with determination. He channeled the latent magic of the blade, bending the very stream of acid back toward its source. The attack recoiled in midair, colliding with the dragon's face, a direct hit. A spray of emerald fire erupted, searing its vision shut and eliciting a primal roar of agony from the beast. In that fleeting moment of advantage, Killjoy sprang into action. His blade transformed into a whirlwind of steel, and with one brutal R, he tore through the blinded dragon, felling the creature in a magnificent shower of dark scales and black ichor. As the dragon's carcass slumped to the ground, a hush fell over the villagers. Tears of relief and wonder glistered in their eyes like morning dew. They knelt before Zorgon, their voices trembling as they pleaded for him to reign as their king, to shield them from the looming shadows of future horrors. Zorgon's gaze drifted to the horizon, his heart still chained to the haunting mystery of his lost family. He hesitated, caught in the storm of emotions, but the raw hope radiating from the villagers stirred something deep within him. At last, he raised his head, the weight of destiny settling upon his shoulders, and vowed to protect and guide Amorgone. The seasons turned, weaving the fabric of time as the brothers and the townsfolk transformed their humble village into an unassailable stronghold. Stone walls rose like ancient sentinels around the fields, watchtowers piercing the skyline, their silhouettes stark against the fading light. The clang of hammers rang through the air, a symphony of resilience and determination. Under the stern gaze of Killjoy, villagers learned to wield sword and shield, their spirits ignited with newfound strength. And as dusk descended, Zorgon, the master of arcane arts, infused the gates with warding spells that glowed faintly in the moonlight, casting an ethereal glow that whispered of protection and hope. One mist-heavy morning, an imposing figure emerged from the haze. Lord Saber, an ancient undead knight encased in jet-black armor. His eyes burned like embers, flickering with an otherworldly fire, and his great sword rested heavily on the scarred ground, as if waiting for a battle long forgotten. Though wary of the knight's true motives, Zorgan, with a heart full of courage and trepidation, extended an invitation. Amorgone could indeed use such strength. With their new general at the helm, the brothers set out for the Wild Hare's forest, a realm shrouded in mystery and whispers, in search of Miststar the Seer. They clung to the hope of unearthing the location of more weapons of creation and uncovering the secrets behind the vanishing halfling village.